Though I'm missing you, I'll find a way to get through. Living without you, you were my sister, my strength, and my pride. Only God may know why. Still, I will get by.
The Kenneka Jenkins Hoax was a scripted story about a teenage girl who went to a hotel party with her friends. For another one of her friend's birthday, she mysteriously came up missing, but she was later found dead inside of a hotel freezer at a Crowne Plaza hotel in the city of Chicago. This staged circus was just another theatrical, high-level Masonic scripted performance orchestrated by the occult and the higher-ups. The world is a stage inside of a simulation. Many of the major events that the masses witness are scripted and encoded by the numbers, then recreated in the future.
Obviously, this is a tragedy. I can only imagine what these parents are going through. If I had a son, he'd look like Trayvon.
Javoris, where were you when it was your mom who called you, right, to tell you that your brother had been killed?
I was at school. I was at FIU.
What was that phone call like? I mean, I can't imagine.
It was difficult. I was confused when she told me what happened to my brother, that he had been shot. I didn't understand at all.
Confused why?
Because he wasn't a violent kid. So for someone to shoot him, it didn't make any sense.
Kenneka Jenkins was an entrepreneur and a mother of 3. She was gunned down inside her home in late June by a masked man. In August, on what would have been her 34th birthday, her family pled for clues. Tonight, Palm Beach County Sheriff's Office says this 19-year-old is responsible for her death.
This is 19-year-old Jovan Joseph. He's been charged with first-degree murder in Jenkins' death. A grand jury indicted Joseph, leading detectives with the Palm Beach Sheriff's Office Violent Crimes Division to arrest him today. This comes just over 2 months after 33-year-old Jenkins was shot in her house around 2 a.m. on Plumbago Place in suburban Lake Worth.
No different than the staged deaths of Tupac, Biggie Smalls, Nipsey Hussle, FBG Duck, King Von, and the list goes on. The average human being is programmed to think emotionally, so this is why they develop an attachment to a character like Kenneka and many other so-called victims, as if this character could have been their daughter, sister, or niece, which subconsciously push them to further their own internet investigation to seek truth and justice. If you notice, in most of these high-profile cases, they always end up unsolved, because it immortalizes the character into this mythical figure. This entire hoax was orchestrated and staged to enter the masses' subconscious, to witness this demonic horror script unfold, and to witness Kenneka stumbling all throughout the hotel hallways, looking as if she was possessed by demonic spirits, and to also further the occult's agenda to gradually normalize the masses' mind to evil. But without further ado, let's re-watch this entire movie and analyze how the masters of deception played one of the greatest mind tricks right in front of the eyes of the sheep. Due to multiple attempts, MTV blocked my video from being uploaded to YouTube because I used their true crime show as a backdrop to expose how this entire ordeal was a total hoax. But an MTV journalist by the name Dometi Pongo travels to his hometown of Chicago to do his own investigation of the Kenneka Jenkins case. After denigrating what he calls amateur internet conspiracy theorist for spreading alleged wild theories and disinformation about what happened at the Crowne Plaza, he ends his so-called investigation with no answers, just like the so-called conspiracy theorist. He then repeats the exact same process as Zach TV, who was also featured in this series as well, but he interviews so-called experts about the case in an attempt to dispel all the so-called conspiracy theories surrounding this case, such as Kenneka Jenkins' friends watched her get raped at the hotel party full of people, or they killed her for $200 in exchange for her organs to be trafficked. She is then left alone, gets lost stumbling through the halls of an empty hotel. Then a security guard lures her into an abandoned hotel cafeteria, and she then walks herself into the freezer. So Kenneka, mysteriously, walks into an abandoned freezer and is rumored to have been locked in the freezer by the security guard, even though it's said that the freezer has a button on the inside that she could have easily pushed to get out. Yet she was able to catch an elevator down to a basement all by herself. But they say that she was intentionally locked into the freezer to preserve her organs. Another lady featured in this true crime special was an internet sleuth by the name of Nikki Luciano, who referred to this debacle as a Lifetime movie, which is exactly what it was. Later on in the film, the MTV journalist speaks with an AV forensic analyst, an attempt to prove how it would have been nearly impossible for the hotel security surveillance footage to have been altered or edited. Meanwhile, he shows altered footage of Kenneka, cloned, stumbling through the halls of the hotel. My theory is that this was a subliminal way of the higher-ups, mocking the masses with typical deception, knowing that the audience is heavily invested, seeking justice, and is so emotionally attached to the character, and also attached to other characters like Kenneka Jenkins. So they do things such as send out their plants and agents as smoking mirrors to deflect and throw the audience off from noticing that this was staged, and by also sending out agents to make insensitive and evil comments about the character, which will upset those who are heavily invested in.
He walking in his hotel lobby. If I see you, then find a Midwest bitch in a freezer. Kenneka, your best friend watching you die. Monifa.
What's going on, y'all? This T-Top. First off, I want to start by saying I apologize to Kenneka Jenkins, her family, her friends, her loved ones, the city of Chicago, just everybody who felt offended about the material I used in my most recent battle.
Well, it seems like people are upset with Meek Mill for his lyrics on a new track featuring Lil Baby. In the song, Meek would rap, "Yeah, and if I ever lack, I'm going out with my chopper. It'll be another Kobe." Many found the lyric to be poor in taste, and some even thought the reference to the tragic accident was way too soon.
A lot of people are coming at Blueface right now.
For what?
For saying, for you going on and saying that Nipsey wasn't a legend.
He wasn't.
They also do things like send their agents out to do trendy challenges that creates a domino effect. Lastly, the AV analyst stated that it was impossible for the hotel staff to alter the footage because the files were recorded in EXE, but that was clearly a blatant lie.
Mike?
First off, who is Mike? Where you get Mike from?
He is the one that, hold on, is Mike married?
I'm saying, like, was Mike in the kitchen?
This white guy that I'm talking about is a president.
Okay.
Of this company, which is Intel.
Okay.
And he owns, what is it? Is it IBM? He owns IBM.
Okay, but tell me this. Like, what does this have to do with Kenneka?
Because they're joking about it. Because they're joking about it. Because they're joking about it. They were there.
Hold up, he was there like at the time of the crime or what?
Right.
Okay, tell me, do any of the friends have anything to do with it? Because I believe they don't have shit to do with it.
Oh, I believe they got a lot to do with it.
Whoa. You said the friends got something to do with it?
I think they do.
What the fuck? Where you get like...
I've been watching how the Illuminati, how they Baphomet, I mean, you know how they do their hands.
Hey, hold on. First off, why did you call me? First off, I don't know how the fuck you got my number. So look, I'm gonna give you all the reasons why the kids in the room are innocent. I'm gonna tell you, these all facts. I ain't going to sleep until, like, I figured the case out. On a plane, I was putting two and two together. I was reading shit. I was looking at shit on my laptop. I was looking at evidence, videos, interviews, and a lot of shit. Didn't add up, and a lot of shit did add up. But check this out. So when you start separating facts from opinions in the Kenneka Jenkins case, you got to take in consideration a lot of shit. First off, Irene and Monifa, or none of the kids in that room, are savage and savvy. They aren't savage or savvy enough to pull off a heinous crime like that, really killing somebody from strangulation, overdose, or stabbing them with a needle with drugs in their system, and then throwing their body in a freezer. They're not that type of For number two, Kenneka death did not occur in the hotel. Kenneka death did not occur in the hotel.
Kenneka death did not occur in the hotel.
Kenneka I saw motherfuckers saying like, yo, she died upstairs and they carried her down. And no, her friends did not have anything to do with her death. You understand what I'm saying? But 3, those were just kids turning up at a kickback. Chicago. Drugs, the molly, the weed, the liquor. They having a kickback. They off the shits. They enjoying themselves. You know what I'm saying? No one came to that party with homicidal thoughts, with murder on their mind, with premeditated murder on their minds. So as black people, they in the hood. We in the hood, south side, west side. I don't care where you from. You black, you want to kill a motherfucker, you gonna get it over with. Just like that. You gonna get a gun, you gonna shoot him, and it's over. If you a hood person in the game, and they want you dead, they gonna have you shot. They ain't finna plot on you and that take you to a motherfucking $1 million establishment with cameras everywhere. Those kids that was in room 926, they were the first and most obvious suspects. So trust and believe me when I say that they were thoroughly investigated. Hold on, I wrote a lot of notes for this. What the fuck? You don't think the police or the hotel would have had any problems airing or blasting those kids that were involved in this? But y'all know who was down there with her? Security. Reasons why it wasn't the owner, or he wasn't like doing the organ trafficking as y'all be saying and shit like that. The owner is filthy rich. We all know that. Like, he have numerous establishments. You understand what I'm saying? Like, so why would he want a couple hundred, a couple thousand from one particular black girl? You understand what I'm saying? Like, that really doesn't make sense. That's like a big time drug dealer who sell pounds for a living, risking serving a nickel bag of weed to get caught. That don't make any sense.
The reason that this is bullshit, because another journalist at MTV, Dometi Pongo, covered the case in the documentary, did his own investigation, and is somehow still alive. Yet Zach TV was murdered for attempting to expose the truth. So why wasn't he killed? Because it is all a staged hoax. Now let's analyze this entire hoax. If Zach TV, who is clearly reading from a script off of his computer screen, is telling you that Kenneka, friends, and everyone at the hotel party were 100% innocent, and that the hotel owner wouldn't risk killing her for her organs, then the mother tells the protesters to go home. The community activist lies about the freezer story. The examiners determined that there was no foul play. The hotel staff is innocent, and then the case is closed. Then it would clearly mean that all signs point to you witnessed a hoax unfold right before your very eyes.
Just by her being a young person, died young, and I mean, I'm about to cry now. I mean, that was just moving. I'm serious because I just love children, and for her to die at a young age, she didn't get a chance to live her life. And for her to die that way, I mean, that's just amazing. And for her to die that way, I mean, that's just amazing.
And for her to die that way, I mean, that's just amazing. Just think about it. There are millions of girls in the world like Kenneka who have gone missing. What made her so special that her case went viral? Especially being as though she wasn't that popular. Was it the Masonic way in which she was found with one shoe off? My theory is that Irene turning the music up to drown out Kenneka being raped was to gradually program the viewer to embrace evil and disloyalty. Same way Tekashi was used to promote disloyalty by snitching on his friends. Same with Tay600, etc. This subconsciously programs and gradually makes it easier for the average person who has followed this Kenneka case and other dark agendas to sell out or sacrifice their friends, kids, or family members if they are ever approached by the occult agents who will offer them a large sum of cash or opportunity to become famous like Irene and all of the rest of Kenneka friends, in exchange for their loved one to be organ harvested or sacrificed.
Conspiracy theorists obsessed over a mention of $200. Some insisted her friends used the money to hire a hitman. Others claimed it was hush money regarding a gang rape that went wrong. And still others claimed it was the going rate for her organs to be harvested.
It's always something you got to give up. Yeah, I know. If you want everything you want, shit, I don't know. It's always something you got to give up. Yeah, I know. If you want everything you want, shit, I don't know. I don't know.
Tell me what you gonna do, but it ain't nowhere to run. When judgment comes for you, when judgment comes for you, what you gonna do when it ain't nowhere to hide? Only so you won't be lonely when you crossroads, so you won't be lonely. Mainstream media and social media influencers help control public opinion and spark outrage. The masses have a follower's mindset. So all it takes is for 5 to 10 people to repeat a lie or narrative, and the rest of the 90% of people will follow. What made thousands of people randomly swarm Irene video was because the paid social media influencers, CIA and occult plans sharing the video, which gets it trending worldwide, and them posing in the comments as their concerned friends and family, pretending as if they heard Kenneka screaming, "Help me," but this makes the viewer repeat it. The day that the Kenneka Jenkins debacle unfolded, the incident was at the top of the trending pages on all of the top social media outlets. Any news that is pushed to the top of the algorithms is 100% manufactured. This was all one big scripted horror film. I also believe that this hoax was used to desensitize the masses to adrenochrome. It's said that when the occult perform rituals and drink human blood, they chase and scare their victims before they murder them because it makes the blood taste fresher. This is why the rumor was spread that people were chasing her before she died.
X is about to go on, and I'm like, I want to see. I got like
X is before you.
X is going before me. He has a thing like a Alizé and Hennessy mix. It looks like blood. It's like he's drinking blood.
It looks like blood. It's like he's drinking blood.
It looks like blood. It's like he's drinking blood. It's like he's drinking blood.
It's like he's drinking blood. With the world now being desensitized to evil wickedness, the mind of the average human being is now being hypnotized to indulge in witchcraft and many other satanic rituals. This is why rappers mocking dead rappers and opposing gang friends has become so popularized, with Satanism on the horizon. This is why the rapper Lil Reese, also known as the Grim Reaper, is being heavily targeted, portraying the character of a Grim Reaper who can't be killed, but eventually will die. DJ Academics blessed him with this name Grim Reaper, scripted to lead us to his death, and to mourn a devil. But just like DJ Academics was a CIA plant, planted right in the heart of YouTube, getting millions of views, leading the charge of division on social media to help shine the light on the gang violence and drill era rap in Chicago. Popular cameraman Zach TV was the Vlad TV to his own people. This is why Zach TV was also regarded as the Hood CNN. There is no way Zach would be allowed to enter these neighborhoods, hyping up wars, blood being shed, without having CIA ties and government protection. The Zach TV stage death in connection to Kenneka Jenkins was all a part of the script. Zach's stage death was part of the reason why Zach was rumored to be at the hotel room at Crowne Plaza that night and was rumored to have had Kenneka killed. It was all a part of the script.
What's poppin', world? Today on Zach TV 1, it's a very, very, very serious hit. I just recently got back to Chicago from New York. I was out there for a week or so doing interviews, and in each and every borough that I visited, everyone was talking about the 19-year-old woman who was found dead in the freezer. Everyone was pointing fingers to the staff, but mainly to her friends. One friend in particular who went freaking viral on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Snapchat, Periscope, every social media outlet out there known to mankind, was this young lady right here who we have, Irene. Irene, how are you today?
Good, and you?
I'm blessed. On that night, which was last Friday, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Last Friday, you guys went to a party.
Yeah.
The Crowne Plaza in Rosemont, Illinois, west suburb. Who party was it?
Mine.
It was your birthday party. You invited everybody.
Yeah, everybody was invited. It was a flyer on Facebook.
On Facebook?
That everybody shared.
What time did you approximately get to the party, you think?
Like 10:30, 11.
10:30 or 11, you arrived at the party. So about around in the Chicago term, when you arrived to a party around that time, it was pretty dead. It's early, right?
Yeah, there wasn't nobody there.
What time you think it was when it started juking and jumping a little bit?
I say 2 o'clock a little.
2 in the morning? What time you think it was when it started juking and jumping a little bit?
I say 2 o'clock a little.
2 in the morning?
What time you think it was when it started juking and jumping a little bit?
I say 2 o'clock a little. 2 in the morning? Live on Zach TV 1. I'm not even gonna do no introduction like that, man. I'm getting right into it. Were you two guys at the party when Kenneka Jenkins was pronounced dead in the freezer?
Oh yeah.
What time did you two arrive, approximately?
Like 12 something.
So, when you arrived at the party last Friday, September 8th, who all was there?
It was packed. It was a lot of people there, man.
What time did you two arrive, approximately?
Like 12 something.
What time did you two arrive, approximately?
Like 12 something.
What time did you two arrive, approximately? Like 12 something.
It was packed. It was a lot of people there, man. It was packed. It was a lot of people there, man.
It was packed. It was a lot of people there, man.
What time you think it was when it started juking and jumping a little bit?
I say 2 o'clock a little.
2 in the morning? What time you think it was when it started juking and jumping a little bit?
I say 2 o'clock a little.
2 in the morning?
What time you think it was when it started juking and jumping a little bit?
I say 2 o'clock a little. 2 in the morning? So about around in the Chicago term, when you arrived to a party around that time, it was pretty dead. It's early, right?
Yeah, there wasn't nobody there.
It was packed. It was a lot of people there, man.
Because it just started like that. I just got there myself.
At
like
10:30, 11.
Yeah.
So in the newspaper, in the article, I read that it was on the 9th floor. Is that a fact?
Yeah, that was the 9th floor.
It was on the 9th floor. What room number, you remember?
926.
Okay, it's 2 in the morning. Everyone's coming. What time did you think Kenneka come around that time too?
Kenneka came.
She was with Maya and Monifa.
And Bree.
And Bree. Maya, Monifa, Bree, and Kenneka. They was all together.
Mm-hmm.
And Kenneka's mother car, correct?
Yes.
Okay, and this was shortly after 2 a.m.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so when
this probably not even 2 a.m. This probably like, because they came when the party was dry.
Okay, what time did the guys arrive?
I say that's when the party got live around 2 something.
What made you take your cell phone and go live?
Me personally, I always want to live. Anywhere, anytime, I want to live. That's what I do. But since Facebook blocked me, I just go live on other people's page. But since Facebook blocked me, I just go live on other people's page.
But since Facebook blocked me, I just go live on other people's page. Throughout the entire video, but we're gonna talk about different marks, 208, 307, things like that. But throughout the entire video, you mainly kept the camera on yourself. It's a point in the video between, I think it's like 208 and 306, and I hear it's like someone's talking, speaking something with the mouth muffled. Like somebody said they raped her. Why would people think it was rape? That somebody said over there raping, and you said I told y'all.
I don't know what. That's what these sick people in the world do.
Did anybody say, "Girl, Kenneka, you having a good time?" And she
that was her Monifa having a whole conversation over there. See, the song was busting, so therefore you can hear the conversation. Kenneka like, I am enjoying myself. You drunk? She tell her I'm not even drunk yet.
Did she?
Yeah, Kenneka, you drunk. When you say that, then you drunk.
So at that particular moment, was she like stumbling, falling? Was people still trying to dance with her? She just laid back?
She was all still dancing, bopping like.
On that morning, what made her exit that room?
They was finna go. Monifa like, we finna leave. They picked her up.
Whoa. So she like wasted now?
Yeah, she on the bed, sleep now. My sister called over there. She fall right into the lamp. Boom.
Damn, she injured herself.
Nah, she ain't injured herself. She just fell to the lamp. Like, Monifa and them leave back the room. Come in, Monifa like, Kenneka gone. Oh, Kenneka gone.
Whoa, hold on. How did she just leave?
In these seconds, that's what I'm saying. Me and my Monifa from there like, she missing. Oh, she missing.
This one is kind of hard to fathom. This one is kind of hard to fathom.
This one is kind of hard to fathom.
Whoa, you said at this time, that's the security guard.
Before all that, when the party was live, he came knocking on our door like
white guy,
little Mexican guy,
Hispanic guy.
Yeah.
Was he cool at all?
They was all cool with us. Like usually.
Was y'all turn up?
Like usually.
Was y'all turn up?
Like usually.
Was y'all turn up? So 30 seconds. Kenneka stumbled on. Okay, they come in there. Hey, yo, Kenneka missing. What's your first reaction? Your initial reaction?
Kenneka missing.
Boy, y'all tweaking.
Yeah, how she missing? That fast?
She was just here.
That's what I said. Go find her if she missed it. I don't know. You know you out pills, everything.
So you in the Matrix?
Yeah.
Did she have any weed or something?
Nah, she don't drink or pop pills.
Whoa. No pills whatsoever?
No.
You positive? No. You just want to clear this up?
Yeah, no pills.
No pills whatsoever. And that's something that you knew, and the other Monifa and Maya know. She don't do it.
We know this for a fact because back then we did all used to get our pills back then, but she don't like the feeling of it, so she stopped.
So she
been stopped.
Sober when it comes to
she
just a drinker.
Yeah.
But this time is just a linking on her system. Do you think perhaps, I'm not saying anybody did, but do you think, how many people in the party? Like 20, 30, 40?
It was lit. I can't even tell.
Do you think someone was attracted to her to that point it could have slipped Mickey in a drink?
No, see, look, these are people we be with every day.
Oh, so everybody is from the block. So
everybody
look at
these people every day, spend life with these people, all types of stuff.
How did this 19-year-old girl end up dead in a hotel freezer? Kenneka's mom and sister are here. They're opening up an exclusive interview about the loss that changed their lives forever. Family of 19-year-old Kenneka Jenkins, who was found frozen to death in a hotel's walk-in freezer. But her autopsy report shows there were other things at play. We're joined now by the family's attorney, Larry Rogers Jr. So Larry, the autopsy report shows there's a substance in Kenneka's blood called topiramate.
Yes.
This is an anti-seizure medication. Why is this of interest to you?
It's of interest to me because there's no evidence that she was ever prescribed the medication. Granted, she's a 19-year-old, but her mother knows her well. You can tell from the way she responded to the initial reports that her daughter was missing.
Yeah, it's bizarre. It caught me as well because this is a drug you have to be prescribed, so how do you even get a hold of it? So I looked into it a little bit. And just to be clear, Kenneka's blood level, her blood alcohol level, was 0.112. Let me show you this video again of her stumbling through the hall. Some of you probably have had a little too much alcohol. 112 does not do this to you. 112 does not do this to you.
112 does not do this to you.
Was attracted to her to that point it could have slipped Mickey in a drink?
No, see, look, these people we be with every day.
Oh, so everybody is from the block. So
everybody.
Everybody look at
these people
okay.
every day, spend life with these people, all types of stuff.
EXE files are formats that are typically used in Windows to run programs. Most, if not all, recorded video files are automatically either formatted in MP4, Movie, AVI, 3GP, or MKV, but can be converted to any file to your liking. Almost never do you see a video in EXE unless it's a virus, but the only virus that I smell is this cancerous Kenneka Jenkins case, which reeks of deception. My theory is that the occult is subliminally revealing that the footage was edited to fit the script, and it was an actor putting on a cinema performance, stumbling and pretending to be drunk. Most freezers have padlocks.
But these are some more of the videos we want to show you.
This is all the kitchen. That's it. No freezers or nothing in here. See?
Oh, they took all the freezers out?
There's nothing in there of any type of
did the
freezers.
freezer look mobile?
And this is the back door.
It's stainless steel.
It's a mobile freezer.
See, now I'm coming back out.
No, it's not mobile.
It's not. But they have safety latches, so if you're inside of the freezer,
you can pop it open. It's a white button in there, and you just pop it. Yeah. And all in here, you need keys in order to get to the lower level.
so you have to have a key.
See, these, they won't open right there. You need a key card to get to them elevators to go down there.
That's where she was. There's the phone. Look at the floor.
I know. That's what I'm saying.
There.
Right there, you
so
need
what
a
I'm
key
saying
card.
is you need a key card. Like, is it your hotel room key?
I don't know. It's an employee. It gotta be employee because it's like a little tiny key. You stick. No, it's an employee. It gotta be employee because it's like a little tiny key. You stick.
No, it's an employee. It gotta be employee because it's like a little tiny key. You stick.
Inside now.
So these are 2 doors leading into the kitchen.
You can go this way. You can go this way. At that end, you can go that way. There's so many entrances.
Okay.
This is the walkway. This is another part of the kitchen this way. Part of the kitchen. All the coolers. You see all the freezers?
Oh, those are all
Those
freezers?
are all the freezers.
Jesus Christ.
Look at how many freezers are right there.
That is a lot of freezers.
And ones I were tugging on, I couldn't get them open because they had padlocks on.
So let me ask you this question. You sure that it had to be an employee key card to get that elevator to work?
Definitely. See, I'm going to get into this kitchen now. This is the other kitchen where I think she was stumbling around, they said.
How many kitchens do you think it is?
I went through 5 kitchens. This one. That's the freezer. Watch, I opened it. I don't know if I opened that one or the other one.
It's a latch. Open the freezer.
I opened it. Yeah. See, and on this side of where I pulled this side, on the back side of that, there's a white thing you just push like this.
There's a big button.
Yes, a big white button.
A big white button. You can't miss it.
That's the first thing I noticed when I opened the door. I looked this way.
Did the freezer close by itself, or did you close it?
No, I had to close it.
You had to close it?
I had to close it.
So it wouldn't have closed by itself?
Exactly. It definitely won't.
And was it a heavy door?
Very heavy.
It was a very heavy door? Okay.
I know if I was drunk, I wouldn't be able to open that door.
Exactly.
Okay.
For days, the big question, how did Kenneka Jenkins wind up in a freezer? CBS 2 Sandra Torres is live at the Rosemont Police Station tonight. Sandra.
Rob and Erica, a short time ago, crisis responder Andrew Holmes came here to the Rosemont Police Department. He told us he saw the surveillance video, a video that shows Kenneka walking into that freezer on her own.
Me looking at the video, she was trying to find her way back upstairs to the lobby. And she was checking the doors, and she was checking other doors, just trying to find her way back upstairs. So in saying that, she was walking forward where all of the video cameras caught her every movement, and I watched her as she went through the other door, and at the same time, she went through an unsecured area, which is not her fault.
And that unsecured area is where the walk-in freezer was located.
So she got off the elevator. I can see where she was staggering, as they said, and she got off. She walked back there, and as she went inside that door, she opened it up, which you can open up. It's just like a big steel door. It don't take much to open it. You open up that door, you take 1/2 a step. To your right is another door to another freezer part. She had to open up that door to go inside of there, mainly trying to find her way back to the lobby. In saying that, if she was so impaired, so we don't know what's in the toxicology, but the door closed and the other door closed, and it's dark inside of that little freezer room. So she probably got scared, tried to find her way to push that door out, but it was a safety knob there that you can touch like this, and that door will open. And I was in there with the detectives. I was in that freezer.
I'm not lying too much. She walked into that freezer. If she walked into that freezer with the money that's accumulated out here, you got the surveillance out here, then show it. Simple as that. Just show it. Stop. Jump into the conclusion she walked in there. If she walked in there, then put it out there. Show the mother the footage.
You took my firstborn. You took my baby. How your family feel? That was my firstborn. My firstborn.
More than 9 months after shots rang out, a father revisits the scene of his daughter's murder. The father, no stranger to crime scenes. Andrew Holmes, well-known Chicago anti-violence activist and a victim's advocate for the Chicago Police Department. But his life turned upside down around 9 months ago when he got a call that his daughter had been shot and killed right here in Indianapolis.
Well, some of the people most impacted by this Arctic blast are the city's homeless. And to help raise awareness of their struggles, crisis responder Andrew Holmes actually slept outside all night at the Lawrence Avenue Viaduct in Uptown.
Quit wasting money, spending dollars everywhere when you can spend it here. I mean, it doesn't make any sense. I was down here 2 years ago, and I slept with them down here in a cardboard box. Ain't nothing changed, just more homeless people, more homeless children.
The cold has yet to snap, and that's usually the surest sign that summer and crime are coming. But today, the city's biggest titles outlined a significant drop in key stats. And as Brad Edwards shows us, they used one face as a shining example of what's right.
Amongst a storm of numbers and titles, there was one name.
People like Andrew Holmes.
Like Andrew Holmes, a community leader, Andrew Holmes. You gotta live by a moral code, not a code of silence. And I'm going to highlight Andrew Holmes because he has stepped forward and said, I have a moral code. I have a moral responsibility.
So, Brad, it's not that Andrew Holmes doesn't work hard, because he does on the streets of Chicago, but typically the city brass is not keen on sharing the credit for things that are working. What's the story behind all the Andrew Holmes references?
I mean, that is the question. That's why we asked it, Rob. As you know, in the past, sometimes Ceasefire, other organizations like that have had a rather tenuous relationship with the police department, with City Hall. It was brought up over and over again. You know, one thing we know as reporters is Andrew Holmes does indeed have clout on the streets. And, I mean, they may be looking to co-opt some of that clout. But definitely, it was a moment. It was a moment worth noting. And, you know, let's see how this plays out in the months to come.
Developing now, a Chicago woman hit and severely injured by a driver that didn't stop. Dalton trustee Andrew Holmes says this morning his sister, Cassandra, was walking when a white pickup truck hit her in a crosswalk at 74th and King Drive.
Activist Andrew Holmes is known for his work as a victim's advocate, but today he found himself as a crime fighter, helping police make an arrest in a hit-and-run crash. It happened this afternoon on I-290 near Austin Boulevard. One car hit another while on the expressway and drove off. He then got off the expressway and hit two more vehicles. That's when Holmes spotted him.
I went behind him, started jogging. He never knew I was jogging. He went 12 blocks. He went past the hospital, 2 blocks past the hospital. So I was still behind him. So once I got a little close up on him, I
identified myself as Andrew Holmes, community activist. He asked me what I want. I asked him, you left the scene of an accident. I got to detain you.
CTA bus ran a red light, hitting 2 cars, including one driven by activist Andrew Holmes. He was carrying a truck full of Easter gifts.
And our WGN's Shannon Halligan has the details.
This is what the white cargo van looks like after the CTA bus crashed into it. Andrew Holmes said that there were minor injuries, but he was just relieved he was able to walk away from the crash.
The van was spent around, so the bus was coming that fast. He spent that whole van around.
I'm a comedian. I'm not even no motherfucking attorney, and I can even tell this is some bullshit. Watch this shit. Remember, she said she at the Crowne Plaza, O'Hara.
I'm at the Crowne Plaza at O'Hare Airport, and I was calling because my daughter came to a party here last night, a gathering with her friends. Now her friends, they said that they left on the front of the hotel, and she's not able to be found now.
You mean to tell me her friends left her while she was pissy drunk? A real bitch ain't gonna leave her motherfucking home in the front of a motel pissy drunk.
And you said that and you said the Crowne Plaza at O'Hare Airport?
Yes.
This is the second time the dispatch asked and she done answered. She's at the Crowne Plaza, O'Hara.
The number 8 is a number that the occult famously use. The number is said to have multiple meanings, one definition being that it represents the fascist mentality of the Luciferian mind, another being the number of sun worship. Neither of them can actually be confirmed. However, we can all agree that to the occult and the higher-ups on the pyramid, these numbers have deeper demonic meanings. Back to the number 8. It was reported that Kenneka Jenkins was in room number 926. 9 plus 2 plus 6 equals 17. 1 plus 7 equals 8.
A 24-year-old woman was found dead inside a Crowne Plaza hotel room in Garden Grove near the Disney Resort on Friday morning.
At about 9:51 in the morning, Garden Grove police officers were dispatched to the Crowne Plaza regarding a suspicious circumstances call. When officers arrived, they found from hotel staff a deceased female. We don't have her positively identified at this point.
Garden Grove police would not release details of the investigation, but are calling it a homicide.
It's still a very fresh scene. It's only a few hours old. Investigators are looking at surveillance video. The hotel does have surveillance video, and they're checking to see if we have any evidence.